Good morning and welcome to the Anarchy live trading session for London. I am joining a little bit late. As you can see, the market's just tanked over the last hour, but it's been pre-market, so I haven't even bothered trying to get in. And I've already done I didn't even bother trying to do new charting, saved it from yesterday because honestly, my baby has not been sleeping well. New baby, what is he? Only 4 days old or whatever. So definitely keeping me on my toes. And so I am just going to be hanging out here and probably shouldn't even be trading probably, right? Sleep deprived, as can be seen by my trading performance last couple weeks, very poor. It's been a hectic time in my life here personally, with a new baby and just all the stress and everything associated with that. So, we're going to do the best that we can, but the fact is we already covered it in one of our podcasts here just recently that anytime you are stressed, your trading is going to be affected. And my trading has absolutely been affected. So what we see here right now is that we've built a bit of a base here on US 30 right here, essentially. And so we're going to drag that across. We're going to change these to resistance. And then we still have these hourly lines down here, right? So these lines are still in play. If we can get a continuation, then we can go short. If it comes down here, retest, and then go short. Or we could be also looking for a bounce. If we bounce up here, we could still be looking short. Or if it breaks above, retest, then we could be going long. So we have a few options. Don't even know exactly what we're going to see today. Our account is down 4%. Honestly, not too big a deal. We can easily recover from that, so I'm not too concerned. But we do need to be careful. We're down, yeah, 3.7% right now on our account here. You can see we're actually doing really well in just 4 days in a row, and it's been sinking us. So got to work on that. It is what it is. It is what it is, but yeah, a bit disappointing. Still, US 30 is fine. It's really DAX what's killing us, so maybe we just need to not trade DAX, right? I do want to just quickly check to make sure there's no news today. I haven't checked. Yeah, so no news today. 4 o'clock. Yeah, no news today. Of course, U.S. news has news 10 o'clock tonight, but we're not going to be trading then, so it doesn't really matter. So market has just opened. We see DAX really shooting up. Wow, flying. But again, this is only the opening minute. Let's not freak out or get into anything premature because we never know what the market's going to do, and we could see that swing all the way back down. Let me just pull up my screen here so I can also monitor what we're doing here. Okay, so DAX just flying up. Now it'll be interesting to see, like tests here. Is it going to test here and keep going long, or do we see this just test here and then start breaking down again? So honestly, I am definitely curious about trying to go short, depending on what we see moving forward here. But we're going to have to wait and see to really, see what the market gives us. Because, yeah, see this big rejection wick now? So let's just wait and see. Don't want to get in prematurely on anything. Feel like this mic is tipped down, but I don't think so. So let's see here. Yeah, so we're still really in some serious consolidation here on Dow. Like, just trading recently in Dow has just been so, like, it's just all consolidated there. I'm waiting to see what happens. If we can get a break up here, maybe a little retest or something, we could go long, right? Like we saw some big moves yesterday. Yesterday, actually after the podcast, I had a trade that actually went for 4R, and I was hoping it would go farther. It should have gone out and would have erased all our losses, but I didn't hit break even. So yeah, still down 1.3% or whatever yesterday. So we're gonna try it again today. and see if we have a little bit better luck. We should be due for some, right? Statistics say so, but just because statistics, as I said, the chances of you losing 10 trades in a row, so 5 losing days in a row, it's definitely, it's not very, you do that once a year, once every 200 days or so, maybe more often. Right now, I would say that my winning percentage is not 50-50 right now. That's if you're winning it the last few weeks. It has been overall, but the last couple weeks it has not been. So anyways, we're going to see what we can do here. And just wait patiently. We still got DAX moving up, but yeah, we are at a nice place for it to bounce, really. I mean, if we look at it on the, let's look at this on the 15 here. It's a nice move up on the 15, but doesn't necessarily mean that we can't short that. Again, we could see this push up just up to here, maybe half of that red candle, and then reject down short as well. Down to at least, it's kind of in the middle here. We could expect to see it maybe come down to this hourly support down here. But it's going to really depend on what the market does over the next few minutes. So Dow still consolidating. DAX pushing up. I am looking for a rejection though up here at this line. Doesn't mean we'll get it, but we are in this steady downtrend. It's kind of testing the trend line right now. If we put a trend line just for like right here, right? Yeah, it's a dirty trend line, but it works. And so we're kind of retesting that now. So if we reject this again and start pushing down, I could be convinced and be interested in going short. We've cooled off the RSI. Really, I mean, we're down to 17 or whatever, but we're back up to 50. So now I'm just watching, seeing what we do here. See if we can get some confirmation to go short. It's retested this enough, but if I put like, I'm going to need to put my stop. I would want to put my stop above here. So just checking that that's in the right spot. Yep. We're just going to keep watching here for a minute. All right, might be a little too late to the party. That's what I was looking for, but it's also testing half that candle, which we would anticipate it to. So it could test here and now continue to drive on out of here. So hence why I'm not jumping in yet. There'll be other opportunities today. Shorting this big green candle, that's a little risky. Yeah, see, there we go, wicking up, bouncing off the 9. Still consolidating on Dow. So it is breaking down. But maybe we get in on US 30 here. If we can get a break, close below here, and then a retest, and then a breakdown, then we could be looking to go short on Dow here, somewhere like right around here. But nothing yet, because again, as I said, DAX could just stop here and then start to keep pushing out here. So I don't really want to short it. If I had wanted to short it, I could have gotten in at the top there and tried to short it down. But I just didn't really like shorting that big, strong candle right after the open. Like, it's a bit of a risky trade, in my opinion, which is why we're continuing to just wait patiently here, see what transpires. So next 5 minute candle. So first 10 minutes of the market open are completed. So just interested what we see here. As we go up here, are we going to push up, make a new higher high, and then kind of indicates we're going to go bullish, or are we just going to see it maybe push up halfway, reject, and start going short? Like, we don't know yet, so still waiting and seeing. It's just consolidating. I'm not in a rush to get anything in here. I do think Stacks is going to go long here, but we have this trend line. Need to adjust that. That's low of day now. That's low of day as well. That goes somewhere like right there. Again, the price action recently has just been so bad. I mean, check this check this out on the Dow here on my MT5. Like, just chop, like just nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Like, just been so bad. It is trying to push now. So we've got about 2 minutes left. I don't think the 15-minute, yeah, it's done nothing. Like, let's see where we close. It could be at a spot where we bounce. Like, we could bounce here. We've seen that happen here, 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 here. Like, there's been some spots, so we could see a bounce here. Yeah, DAX really pushing. See where we close again, though. All right, Dow pushing, new higher high in Dow. So now I'm going to wait. Let's see what happens in the next minute and a half. Let's see if we can get a push up and then a retest here and then get in. Otherwise, we're just going to push back down right into consolidation. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We don't want to be premature. If we don't get our look, we don't get our look. So a big push up. 1 minute left. I'm now looking for a pullback. If we get a pullback, we could be, let me get rid of this so there's no confusion. Like I'm looking for a pullback here. Love to target up there. Stop under here. Bit tight perhaps, yes. But still waiting, not in yet. Let's see if this is going to be kind of a false breakout or if we see this start pushing up. Better volume in the markets today, though, for sure. Like candles are bigger movements. This is about normal. This is what I'd be expecting. So we're kind of retesting the breakout now on the 1. So now let's see how we open. If we open up red or green. So we're opening up red. Nice. I like this actually, because now we're retesting the 9. Now let's see if we can start pushing up. All right, I'm in long. So we entered right there. Stop right there. Now let's see what happens. So we can flip the screen. Made a new higher high, which is nice. And now we see how far we go. As I've been burned recently, like not moving my stop loss. I used to move my stop loss more. I've been trying not to move it as much because expecting price to come down and retest. But it's been wicking me out. So there was a nice push, but now we're rejecting up here. So it'll be interesting to see where we go here. Are we going to push back down or are we going to keep pushing up? You just have to laugh. So let's see if we just pick up a wick here now and we keep pushing up, but could have been a fake out. May have entered a little early, but we did wait for it to come down, turn green as it went up. So I like that. To me was a good trade. Like that was my look. I don't feel bad about that at all. We closed above the green box we'd drawn, came down, turned green. So we're good. We're good. Like that's a solid trade. Now we did make a new higher high here. So every time we make a new higher high, it is going to have to come back down, pick up some momentum. So we could anticipate to see this as well. So just right now, see where we close here in the next minute and a half. We do have a new 15 minutes, so let's check out. So this wick, I do like this base on the 15. Honestly, my stop loss should probably be down here instead of right here. It's a bit tight, right? But it is below the 200. So I'd like to see this now. It did bounce right off the 9. So let's see where we close in the next minute here on the 5, and then see if we can start getting enough momentum to start pushing on out of here. At least, as I said, I'd love to push up to even maybe up here, right? Like kind of this base up here. We could draw a red line as maybe a target somewhere up here as well. So that could be a target. We will need to break this, but it's just this wick here, so I'm not too concerned about that once we get past the 9. So where this closes is going to be important. Let's see. Okay, pushing down. I said if we could close up here, like that would be nice. We do have DAX trying to close up there. Hasn't yet though. But we are above the trend line. But we're right below this resistance. So we'll give it a little room, right? So it's down here. Essentially right there. Do we need to? No. But do I mind risking 60, moving it slightly? No. Is there any point? No, probably not, because we're with this, it probably pushed up and now we're going to drop below. Which honestly is what I see happening. But we could be surprised. Again, really crappy price action over here. Nice green candle. Let's see if we just need to come down here and we can continue to push up now. So right now, this 9 is kind of providing some resistance here. We'd like to see it poke through the 9 and then probably hopefully push up here. But again, we're back in this consolidation. All right, so we are trying here. Now, I'll be curious if we just are going to bounce back down because we're going to keep consolidating, or if we can now push above here. So we have some momentum going here, which is looking good, but let's see if it'll keep that going or if we're just going to push back down. So, pushing down again. DAX pushing, trying to push up. Let's see if Dow follows. If we can, again, if we could close above this green line, we hopefully will have enough momentum to keep going. But if we close below, it's gonna probably push back down. So the next minute and 20 seconds is probably going to be indicative of which way we're going. Right now, again, we're now back into consolidation, so it could just bounce around here for a while. Same with DAX, honestly. Wick, wick, green, red, green, like consolidation. So let's see where we close in the next 48 seconds. Last 30 seconds of the candle are usually the most important, whether you're looking at the 5, 20, 15, 30, 45. I don't know. I don't think anyone looks at 45-minute candles, but if you did, it's like anytime you're looking at a candle, the last 30 seconds of the candle are going to be the most important for the typically. So what we're doing here is we're just going to watch where we close. It does look like we're going to close below the 9 here. Closing as a doji though. Okay, we're opening up green. Not really telling us anything. Doji on both, right at the 9. Let's see if it just pushes down or if this will kind of had a big green, red, green. Now maybe we can pivot and push up because we do have here was the low, then the low. So they got higher, came down a little bit, retracement maybe, and now it keeps pushing up. So we could see that. But again, consolidation right now, it's anyone's game. Like it's kind of a gamble now. It wasn't one here. Like that was a good trade, and now we're since we're in it, we're gonna ride it. But it's a little bit of a we don't really know what's gonna happen here. But this is looking good. So we're pushing. DAX is pushing. Hopefully Dow follows as well. This box could be red. We're kind of below it, but we're gonna keep it green because that's what color we want it to be. So let's see if we can break above it. DAX getting rejected again off this line. Pretty much consolidating. We did push up and make this a little higher high, so I'm still. So we did need that from here. So I'm just keeping an eye on it because we're very much consolidating. But I feel like we've got a little bit more upward momentum than downward momentum. Otherwise, if this snaps back down, maybe we get out of it for a loss at 25.25%. But I still think we're gonna go push out of here. Like I said, nothing's really invalidated that yet, now, except for the fact we're down here. But we did have this push up. And we did make your high and then higher high here. We haven't gone down yet, so I'm still in it. I'll remove this white box just so you can watch the price action a bit better. But we're really consolidating here. Again, a lot of wicks really has not gone anywhere. If we look at it at the 1, like, and now as soon as we look at it on the 1, bad luck. Now we're going to drop like a rock. But let's see. It's been consolidating here in this range for the last 10 minutes or so, going nowhere. So the nice thing is, yeah, we've been down. We've lost a lot in the last 4 days, and we're down 4% on the account. But the fact is, we haven't revenge traded for the most part. Like we've broken a couple rules, small, but we're keeping the rules, and so we're not blowing the account, right? Like that's a lot of what a lot of there's a lot of good traders that they're good traders and they can make money. But what happens is they're great when they're making money. As soon as they start losing money, they quit being able to trade and they blow their accounts and they have to start all over and it becomes a mess. We've been able to avoid that. So we've had a streak of bad luck, sure. But you're going to have that in trading. So it really depends on how you handle that, right? So what we're trying to do is just stick to our rules. We lose 1%, we're done for the day or thereabouts. And we regroup for the next day, kind of seeing if the markets are going to cooperate with us. Right now, they haven't been recently. It's been a tough month, but let's wait and see. I may try to do a little scalping here on the one as an experiment. Waiting for it to push down slightly farther. We've seen it bounce here so many times. I may get in and add a little bit here just to see if we can get a bounce and then get out up here. Like, right? So, all right, spread just opened up. Definitely not doing it now. 2.25. There we go. Back down to 1.25. Yeah, too late. That's when I was thinking of getting in. Would have been a good spot. Right now, just consolidating. And the reason I'm leaving this here is we've seen it bounce here so many times. So I want to give it enough room that it can come down here and bounce again. Because bounce, 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 bounce. Like it keeps bouncing. So just waiting, seeing what happens here. So the question now is, are we going to drive through and we go short? Or are we just going to bounce here? That is the question. So we're finally seeing a little bit of strength here. Let's see if we can continue to push. This is looking good as far as candles go. Bit of push here. Yeah, nice. That's really nice to see. Now it could come down the just as fast the other way, right? But that was a nice push. So now, again, if it comes back down here, let's just get out, right? And it may. Let's move to 55. But this is a nice push now. So now, again, we see it flirting here with our Uh, let, let's let's color this the stinking proper way because it's clearly resistance right now. Let's see if we can break it again. If not, again, we're gonna bounce back down. DAX really pushing. Let's see if US 30 follows suit. 1 minute. So first 15, second 15 down. Now we're pushing back up. Let's see where this 15 closes. I guess this is the first 5 minutes, so this 15 won't close for a while, but maybe we can get a big push up now here. But again, we've rejected here twice. We've got the 9 up here, so it'll be interesting to see where we close in the next 30 seconds. We are now above new higher high compared to the last candle. So now we've got this big range. We went all the way from here to here. This one candle would have knocked people out a lot both ways, depending on which way you were trading. So I'm curious where we're going to close in the next 15 seconds. Are we going to close below again? DAX is pushing. So DAX, if it retests here, we could consider getting in long. I'd like to see it come down a bit, but it is kind of equal highs right here. But let's see where we go. We're above the 9 now. Did close above the 9. Came down, retested half of that candle. Still, though, a lot of wicks. Haven't been able to break it yet. So big red candle coming down. As I said, I could consider this a retest. If this turned green, I'd be interested in getting in. All right, we're going long on DAX too, just because I like how it looks. Price action is a bit better. It's not in this consolidation. We could regret this, but let's wait and see. DAX finally making new high. Good to see. As I said, we're kind of in both at the moment. Maybe we should exit one. But they're both pushing, so right now I'm sticking with both. Not really moving my stop here because I can't, because I would expect price to come down and retest this, but I'll move it to, let's move it right there. $45. If it comes down, honestly, I like how they're both moving, but maybe I get out of US 30 if it goes if it's profitable. Yeah, that's a big rejection. New did make a new higher high though. So, I don't know. One's at 45. Let's put this one at 50. 53, another one at, yeah, I shouldn't have entered in on both. I like the looks of both, but that was a mistake on my part. Again, the stop should have been below. Should have been at least halfway here. It wasn't. So 55, we're out. All right. Big rejection. Looked good initially, but probably too tight of a stop loss. Oh, man. Big drop down. Did go in short, reversed that immediately after that big candle. But again, that was probably presumptuous. So we're in on that candle right here. Going for low of day. But it could bounce right here as well. So big drop on the Dow. Dang. Big drop on DAX. So let's see if we break this low. Dow just falling like a rock. Just looking at where this could go. I don't even have another line, do I? So if it came farther, let's borrow this one. Next line would probably be there. And then the following line would be, here or here, either way. And then we could have a horizontal line maybe at there. So those could be our targets. So let's go back to the 5. So we're at break even here. Big drop. Now, the question is, do we bounce here? Or are we going to just have enough momentum? Like Dow is falling like a rock. So could we see DAX also have enough momentum to just break through here and keep falling? Possibly. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Nowhere really to trail my stop yet, so I'm not trailing a stop. $54. We just have a lot of momentum. Down now. And as I said, we are in a downward trend, so it's reasonable to feel that this would keep going. Dow's continuing to push. And if DAX breaks this, like as you can see, I mean, we had nearest, honestly, this line. I don't even know what that's drawn off of. It doesn't really belong there. Mine is just right here. But the other one, in the next line, actual line, would probably be the red one right there. So just watching. A lot of downwards momentum. Kind of stopping here. Let's see if we pull back maybe halfway, and then we can keep driving down. Gap down. That's always nice to see. But halfway point. So let's see. Do we come up halfway and then drive down? That's what I'm looking for. And we do need to see it break this purple line here. So we had this push up. I'd like to see now if we can reject back down, right? Like otherwise we're just going to keep going. I'm giving it a little room, debating whether I could close it now for 1R, but I would like to see a bigger move here. Like we have downward momentum. We've retested half of that line as we were saying. That's what we were looking for, and now I'd like to see if we could push down. Yeah. I'm going to move this. There's no point risking it. We've already maximized our risk today and lost 1.2. I don't want to lose more than that. So let's leave that there. And then let's continue following our rules. Again, if we got out of every trade early, we're going to screw with our RR. So I want to see this hit at least $100. This is a nice rejection. So if we could see this now keep pushing, then let's see if we can push down to at least this red line. Nice. Okay, so we have Dow coming up for the retest again. It's a big candle to retest, but let's see how far it goes up next 2 minutes. Again, we're back up here, so I'm curious where this goes. Maybe we give it like whatever. Again, I probably shouldn't have even been in this trade, so why risk something on it? If it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. But risk management is what's going to keep us in this game for the long run, so there's no point trying to risk more on it. Let's just leave our risk the way it is. Our stop loss is at break even, and we just see if we can hang in this thing. So pushing up 1 minute. Let's see what happens in the next 1 minute. Oh, big push up on DAX. On Dow, I mean. So unbelievable. I'm gonna break my rules if I move my stop loss. Yeah, moving it to break, leaving it break even. Could have gone out, maybe should have, especially down here, but it was such a nice move. So let's see where we close in the next 30 seconds. Dow maybe closing back in that consolidation again. Unbelievable. I'd really like to see DAX break down. 17 seconds. Let's see if we can at least close under this red line. We do kind of have equal lows here, which isn't a good sign. Which is why I'm at break even. Like, I don't want to lose it. It could just pop back up too, so I don't really want to be part of it if it does. Like, I would just be wasting money, right? So that's a nice drop. Again, for now, we want to see if it can drop below half of the green candle now. So if it can drop here, otherwise it's just going to drop here. Now push back up, turn green, and push up to the 9 at least. And that's where our stop loss is. So anyways, let's see. It was a nice move down, but that might have been it. I was hoping for a test of low a day. Didn't quite get it. Not stopped out yet, but we're probably close. Dow is not encouraging. Yeah, we're out. A lot of fake outs. We probably might need to adjust our strategy so we're getting out at 1R. Because right now, oof. All right, well, let's take a picture of this for our. Yeah, unbelievable. Market just can't decide what to do. But anyway, well, welcome, and hope you had a good day. Hopefully, you're enjoying this crazy journey of my horrible trading the last week, and hopefully, we can improve over the next while. All right, so send it back. So loss, loss, and then break even. All right, there we go. So have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, actually, not. I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I'm going to be out. So trading on Thursday. Take care. We're down 5.5%. So now we've got a little bit. We got about 10% past this stupid challenge, but we'll get it. Trading isn't done in a day, and you can't expect every day to be a winner.